For today's watch review, we're talking about one of my all-time favorite digital watches. This is the Casio AE-2100. Let's get right into it. Starting off with price, you can reasonably expect to pay around $30 to $40 depending on where you shop online. Here's a quick 360, just so we can see what we're dealing with here. Very simple in design, but I think that's what Casio does best. For dimensions, across the case we are looking at about 47 millimeters, and for case thickness, right about 14.5 millimeters. And for weight, 103 grams. Here is the wrist shot, and on the screen for you I've got a wrist shot of the AE-1200, the Casio Royale, and that's just because I think that one is a little bit more popular, so if you know what that looks like on the wrist, then it's a good size comparison. Now just going over some functions and features, starting off with the main display. Starting off, you've got your world map right here indicating which time zone you're currently in. Right next to that, you've got a liquid crystal analog display, and then underneath that you've got your main time, day of the week, and calendar data. Another cool thing is right here, if you push this button, you can cycle through 4 different time zones, and I think that is just a fantastic thing. Now just cycling through the different modes. You've got world time, alarm, timer, stopwatch, and back to main time. Nothing special here, exactly what you would expect from something from Casio. And on top of all of that, you've got 200-meter water resistance and illumination. So let's go ahead and check out that illumination. Nothing crazy with the illumination. You've got a very soft amber light right there at around the 8 o'clock position. And you can see on the screen that it functions just fine in a dark room. And I actually do prefer this because in zero light environments, this is a preferred method of illumination vice something that is very bright and effectively removing your night vision. Now in front of you, I've got a couple of other watches in the AE line. So right here, I've got the AE-1400. The more popular AE-1200, and then the AE-3000. Now, I really do like the Casio AE line. First of all, because there's so much to choose from, but also because they're just simple, very budget-friendly, and practical digital watches. Now, the reason why I have these in front of you is just to show you the different models that you can choose from, but also just to express that I think the 2100 right here is really the best option out of the AE watches that I have dealt with. Now when it comes to a certain aesthetic, I honestly think that the 1200 probably looks better in my opinion, but the reason why I think the 2100 takes the cake is because of the quality of materials that are involved with the overall package. With almost every other AE Casio watch that you're going to deal with, you'll get a stainless steel bracelet, you know, albeit not the greatest quality. It is metal, but the rest of the package will be plastic. The crystal will be plastic, the case will be plastic, so I'm not really that big of a fan of those materials. Where in the case of the 2100, you've got a mineral crystal, obviously not the best choice of crystal, but at this price range I'm not complaining. And then the case is the perfect harmony of plastic and metal. So we'll just take a look at what we've got here. The upper portion of it is all stainless steel, and yes, the bottom half is plastic, but I just think that it adds an extra touch of quality in my eyes, and I appreciate that much more than any other model where it's just painted to look like it's steel, but it's actually not. Even from minor details such as these 4 screws that are on the bezel, I think really give it an extra sense of quality and toughness. And don't get me wrong, the specifications are all going to be the same with any other Casio watch that you get. You know, they're all going to be very good in the water. They're all going to have a very long lasting battery, normally, you know, 8 to 10 years. And they're all going to have very great value. But in this case, it's just because of the quality of the case, the material of the crystal, is why I think that this is the best option and the most bang for your buck that you can find out of the catalog of the AE watches. So to sum it all up, if my opinion means anything to you, and I fully accept that it does not, however, if you do trust my opinion, I will tell you that if you're in the market for a Casio digital watch and you've been looking at the AE line of watches, my 100% recommendation goes towards the AE-2100. You can't go wrong. It's got everything that you need, nothing you don't. Extremely intuitive, as is with all other AE Casio watches, but this one just out of the case material and the crystal material, and I just like the way it looks. But overall, this is my recommendation. So I hope that this helps you with your next watch purchase. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.